This is Radio Nepal. I am Della Prasai with the news, the headlines first. Constitutional Council recommends Bishwambar Prasad Shrestha as new Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Communication Minister Rekha Sharma clarifies no need of forming high-level probe committee to investigate a recent gold scam. Cooperative victims put up protest with 7-point deal. And Niger President Mohamed Bazoum calls on U.S. for help after coup. Now the news in detail. The Constitutional Council has recommended an appointment of senior-most Judge Bishwambar Prasad Shrestha to the post of Chief Justice. A meeting of the Constitutional Council held at the office of the Prime Minister yesterday recommended Shrestha for the position of Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. The recommendation came as incumbent Chief Justice Hari Krishna Karki will retire on coming Sunday. Moreover, the Constitutional Council has also decided to forward the appointment process of the Auditor General, the Election Commissioner, and the members of the Fiscal Commission and the Muslim Commission. The Parliamentary Hearing Committee has approved the proposed names of 6 ambassadorial posts in various countries and diplomatic missions. A meeting of the hearing committee held yesterday approved 6 names recommended by the government after completing the hearing process. It approved the name of Lok Bahadur Thapa to the permanent mission of Nepal to the United Nations in New York and Ram Prasad Subedi to the post of resident ambassador to Switzerland. Likewise, the committee approved the names of Sudhir Bhattrai to France, Ghanshyam Lamsal to Kuwait, Tej Bahadur Chetri to the United Arab Emirates, and Dhan Bahadur Oli to Thailand for ambassadorial posts. The government has decided to accept $1.5 million in grant to be received from the Global Environment Facility for restoring the degraded watershed and livelihoods of Lakhandai River Basin through sustainable land management. Unveiling Monday's cabinet meeting decisions yesterday, Communication Minister Rekha Sharma said the government decided to accept the grant. Similarly, the cabinet decided to form a talk team led by a joint secretary at Finance Ministry to give a final touch to the document on receiving $20 million from the World Bank Group for the Food and Nutrition Reforms Program, second phase. Furthermore, next one panel has been formed under the leadership of a joint secretary at Finance Ministry to get $100 million in concessional loan for budgetary assistance under the Strengthening Public Financial Management and Devolved Services Delivery Program. The Cabinet has also decided to exempt tax on Nick Simon's Institute on $20,000 a prize to be received from the World Health Organization. Also, the government spokesperson, Minister Sharma, informed the Cabinet endorsed the Advertisement Regulation First Amendment Regulation 2080. Responding to journalists' queries, Communication Minister Sharma clarified that a high-level probe committee was not necessary as the Department of Revenue Investigation has already started investigating into the scam. Minister Sharma urged all not to cast doubt on the investigation being conducted by the department. The Communication Minister stated that discussion was underway to remove the obstruction of the Federal Parliament by the CPN-UML regarding the recent gold scam, demanding formation of a high-level probe committee. The meeting of the National Assembly postponed yesterday due to obstruction by the main opposition CPN-UML. The upper house of the Federal Parliament will next meet at 1 p.m. on the 7th of August. Soon after the beginning of the meeting, CPN-UML lawmaker Bhairab Sundar Shrestha protested, demanding formation of a high-level probe committee to investigate in recent gold smuggling scam. Shrestha warned of not allowing the Parliament to run until the accused are brought to book by carrying out investigation. Chairman Thimal Sinha postponed yesterday's meeting after the UML continued its protest despite his repeated request. The fourth plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the CPN Maoist Centre continued yesterday as well. 56 Central Committee members put forth their views on the political and organisational reports that were presented by the party chairperson and Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda in the meeting. At the beginning of yesterday's meeting, Senior Vice Chairperson and Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Narayan Kaji Shrestha briefed about the government's performance. The Central Committee members have put forth their views on various issues, including restructuring of the party, working modality, effectiveness of organisations, and government's performance. Non-resident ambassador of Nepal to Argentine Republic Nirmal Raj Kafle presented his letter of credence to President Alberto Angel Fernandez. Presenting the credentials at a special ceremony held in Buenos Aires on Wednesday, Ambassador Kafle conveyed best wishes from the President and Prime Minister of Nepal to President Fernandez for the continued peace and prosperity of the friendly people of Argentina. The Argentine President extended his best wishes to the ambassador and assured him of full support from his government in discharge of duties as ambassador. Nepali Congress leader Dr. Shekhar Koirala has stressed the need to take out the Central Investigation Bureau and Department of Revenue Investigation from the Office of Prime Minister and Council of Ministers and keep both the agencies under the ministries as they were in the past. At an interaction program yesterday, leader Koirala said, as the Nepali Congress has already decided to keep both the departments under the jurisdiction of line ministries as practiced earlier, he stressed that both the agencies should be put under the jurisdiction of ministries so as not to obstruct the democratic process. Leader Koirala said the Lalita land grab case was brought to fore to overshadow the fake Bhutanese refugee case and gold case to relegate refugee case to back burner. A 7-point memorandum of understanding has been signed between the government and cooperative victims. A discussion to the effect was held among the Minister for Land Cooperative and Poverty Alleviation Ranjita Shrestha, Secretary Gokarnamani Duvadi, Registrar at the Department of Cooperatives Navraj Khimiri and victims in Singh Durbar yesterday. Information Officer at the Department of Cooperatives Tolraj Upadhyay shared that an agreement was made for the ministry to put forward a process for immediately instituting the Savings and Credit Security Fund to ensure safety of the deposit amount of cooperative members. The cooperative victims have been staging their protest in Maithikar Mandala for the past couple of months. Body of Sajan Ale Magar, 13, who went missing after being swept away by the flood-fed Samakusi rivulet, Kathmandu, has been found in Dakshin Kali yesterday. Spokesperson of the District Police Range, Kathmandu DSP Kumar Thungel, informed that the body was found along the Bagmati riverbank in Dakshin Kali. The rain-triggered flood in Samakusi rivulet had taken away the schoolboy on last July 23rd. Continuous efforts were made to search the disappeared boy earlier. You're listening to Radio Nepal 8am English News Bulletin. We continue with international updates now. The ISIS group has confirmed the death of its leader Abu Hussein al-Husseini al-Qurashi and named Abu Hafs al-Hashimi al-Qurasi as his replacement. According to Al Jazeera, the group said on Thursday that its leader had been killed in direct clashes with the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham group in Idlib province in rebel-held northwestern Syria. The announcement was made by an ISIL spokesperson in a recorded message on its channels on the Telegram messaging app without specifying when he was killed. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said in April that Turkish intelligence forces had killed the leader in Syria. Niger's ousted leader has urged the U.S. and entire international community to help restore constitutional order after last week's coup. According to BBC, in an opinion piece in Washington Post, President Mohamed Bazoum said he was writing as a hostage. Unrest has erupted in the West African state since he was overthrown. On Thursday, the coup leaders announced they were withdrawing the country's ambassadors from France, the U.S., Nigeria and Togo. In a statement read out on national television, they said the functions of the 4 ambassadors had been terminated. Now the Journal weather forecast for the country for today. Forecasting division says the weather is likely to be partly to generally cloudy throughout the country. There are chances of heavy rain with thunder and lightning at 1 or 2 places of Gandaki province and Lumbini province. Kathmandu's weather report now. Maximum temperature of 29.8 degrees Celsius and minimum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. With this news, we have come to the end of this bulletin, but before we wrap up the headlines once again. Constitutional Council recommends Bishwambar Prasad Shrestha as new Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Communication Minister Rekha Sharma clarifies no need of forming high-level probe committee to investigate recent gold scam. Cooperative victims put off protest with 7-point deal. And Niger President Mohamed Bazoum calls on U.S. for help after coup. Well, that's all that we have for this edition. Our next English news edition is at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.radionepal.gov.np for more news and online programs. Stay tuned, stay safe and have a good day.